And that's the first step. Acceptance that something's going on and you need to deal with it in some sort of way. And then it's recognizing, okay, how are we showing up? Am I drinking too much? For the guys that I work with, are they taking too much drugs? Is there any sort of addictive behavior that they're doing to mask or to suppress what's going on? And so the guys that come to me, we talk about this pretty openly. It's not like the traditional therapy where you go in a room, you might lie on a couch, the stereotypical type that you see on the TV, and just cry and cry and cry. It's actually more of a workshop. We do it as a collaboration, and sometimes where I can and I can do it with meaning and purpose is share some of that lived experience as well for me. And because they often say, Simon, do you know what it's like to be depressed? And I'm like, well, actually, I do. And I'm not
Hmm.
going to hide from that. I'm not a therapist who's going to say, I'm squeaky clean, because that defeats the purpose. That doesn't let me live authentically. That actually puts a mask back on. But at the
Yeah.
same time, these sessions are for the guys that I work with. So I'm very selective with how I introduce my lived experience and say, okay, well, if you're experiencing depression, what some strategies that you can think of, and I can share you what I've done, and we can kind of workshop it together and work out what's best for you. And so
Yeah.
sometimes that different perspective from a shared lived experience is very useful. But also through Mindful Men, most of the referrals that I get are for people looking for out the box therapy. They're not looking for a traditional therapist. They don't want to go in a clinic because there's a whole lot of stigma and shame around that going into a mental health clinic. And so what I offer in my therapy is a therapy practice that's based out in community. So where I live, we have got some of the most amazing nature around us. We've got the beach, which is amazing surf. We've got hinterland, which can go through forest walks.